How do I know my mom was being raped? Is because that same day I freaked out, or within the days following, she walked up to me and asked if I have ever creeped on her, and I said no. And there was a situation at 17 where I had to remove one of my friends from my life because my sister woke me up, probably because he creeped on her, and then I don't know exactly how the story went down, but she woke me up and told me my friend creeped on my mom, which that makes sense because one time I woke up when him and his girlfriend were supposed to be sleeping in the room next to mine on the third floor, and my girlfriend, that was his girlfriend's friend that I met recently. I asked her out and we were dating, but we were sleeping in my room. I woke up to the blankets being pulled off, and like I went to pull them back on. And it was like really hard. For a second, I was like half asleep, and then finally they got pulled over. But like my girlfriend's titties were out for a second, and then I didn't really make a connection at the time, and then I passed out and went to sleep. And then not long after that, he came in the room and woke me up and said he like found some weed, and then not long after that, my sister, while we were dating still, my sister woke me up and said he creeped on my mom. And then I also have a memory of his sister crying, saying that her friend didn't want to stay the night anymore because of her brother, which I made those things with the blanket and the sister after my sister told me that. But anyways, so that kid was in my house for a while, and that story my sister might have told my stepbrother. My sister was on heroin. They were abusing my disabled brother. My stepbrother learned how to abuse my disabled brother from that, and then they might have twisted it on their own. They did something to where I've never seen a child so traumatized of something in my entire life, to where I think they were using it and then abusing him on top of that or something. I'm not really exactly sure what happened. All I know is I've never seen someone so traumatized of something in my life. And then yeah, so there's all that nonsense. And then my mom came up to me finally after I went to therapy. I started working. I had a girl I was talking to, a girl I truly had feelings for, even though we only video chatted all the time. But she was my friend and she was there for me and she helped me a lot. And her mom even showed up, and I know they both used their brain power to help me and have a little positivity in my life. And they were native Canadians, so they might have been a little bit more aware of like the spirit and all that stuff. But anyways, they even like burned like sage and stuff around the girl one time. Anyways, and at the beginning of all this, she was like talking to me, and then she got her mom on the phone, and I just have this memory early on when I still had like, I wasn't doing as well. She was like, "Look, something's wrong with him," or something. I didn't really address it at the time or make it sense, but something was. I had a lot of weight on my shoulders, part to do with all this stuff happening in my house and having no ability to get help and no one to talk to. Anyways, yeah, my mom came up to me and asked me if I creeped on her. I said no. And she said something on the lines of, "Well, then who did then?" And I had no friends in the house. The only people it could be is my step family. And then because of the fact that my friend was caught doing that at 17, and then I never hung out with him again after that, he might have thought it was me or whatever the hell. He might have known about it, might have got mad and was like, "All right, then you have to fucking do that shit with my kids then," or something, or whatever the hell happened. Drugs were involved. My mom's sister's boyfriend might have talked about that with somebody, learned about it. He might have even done something on the lines of that. I don't fucking know. He was pretty creepy, honestly, a little bit at least. A lot of guys, how their brain works is you're allowed to do stuff. You can try to kiss a girl, you can make a move, and that's how it works. And you're not supposed to stop until you say no. I have to talk. I have to be like, "Can I kiss you?" or whatever. "Can I hold your hand?" I don't do things without asking, but some people do. So I can see how you can accidentally make the mistakes, and some people might think it's okay for you to creep on someone while they're sleeping or whatever, and have an excuse if it's okay until they say no, but it's not. That's as far as that's the information I have on and why I say that about my mom was being raped, and I'm pretty sure she was and is and or was, and they are continued to be allowed around her, and it's just accepted. And then I've been made a bad guy for defending my brothers of abuse because I've also seen my mom get aggressive with my disabled brother, and no one was helping, slapping him in the morning and stuff. And yeah, so that's my information. Again, I don't have any proof of this. All I can tell you is ask them about it and see how they react. Again, you could still act weird even if you're innocent of something, but and I'm not trying to start drama. I don't want nothing bad to happen, especially to the innocent parties involved in this. I'm just saying my side of the story.